Right, so I'm going to try and get as many prompts down today. So basically, prompts are just words you put together that like help you maybe write a story. It's like a short blurb, an extremely short blurb. So you could say, a young girl moves to a foreign country and realizes that dragons live beneath the surface. Something silly like that. But it doesn't have to be silly. And it's something that could eventually become a story. So I'm going to get a few down today. That is the aim. I hope I'm successful. Hi, Kendall. Oh, thank you, Ju. So, I'm so scared of spelling this again today. I'm petrified. Oh dear. Right, I'm gonna get a... So today is just about writing fantasy prompts. That is pretty much it. Getting fantasy prompts down on paper, or book writing prompts, but more fantasy. So fantasy prompts. So my first one was a bit terrible. I said, a young girl, okay, so I'm going to write it down anyway. A young girl moves to a foreign country and realizes dragons live beneath the world, or beneath. A young girl moves to a foreign country and realizes dragons live beneath the earth. I'll just say that. Now that's very, very vague, but you get the idea. Okay. That's the first one. Good morning, Cat. So a young girl moves to a foreign country and realizes dragons live beneath the earth, which is very vague and very strange, actually. It's extremely vague. So if anyone has any that they want to contribute as well as we go along the stream, that's great. An assassin is tasked with slaying a dragon or killing a dragon. An assassin is tasked with I would say killing, probably slaying a dragon actually, slaying a dragon. But discovers it holds a deadly secret. A young girl moves to a foreign country and realizes dragons live beneath the earth. An assassin is tasked with slaying a dragon, but discovers it holds a deadly secret. So I think I've got a lot of dragons on my mind today. I don't know why. Okay. All the villains oh, this is tougher than it's tougher to do this on a live stream than I thought. Does anyone have any suggestions for prompts? Young boy discovers a jacket that turns him invisible every night. Will he use this new power? Is that a power? Power for good or evil? Honestly, I'd probably like hit a bank, but that's probably, actually that's very naughty to say. So a young girl moves to a foreign country, realizes dragons live beneath the earth. An assassin is tasked with slaying a dragon, but discovers it holds a deadly secret. A young boy discovers a jacket that turns him invisible every night. Will he use this new power for good or evil? An orphan discovers a world where magic is linked is linked to one's emotions. An orphan discovers a world where magic is linked to one's emotions. Can she help them control? Can she help them control the magic, or can she help them control the emotions? Can she help them control their emotions? Goodness, prompt writing is harder than I thought. It's like you're trying to like come up with ideas for like several different stories or books at the same time. Hello Nova. How are you? So I have an orphan discovers a world where magic is linked to one's emotions. So I think that's a pretty good plot idea. But can she help them control their emotions? If anyone has any prompts to add, by the way, that would be great. It's for everyone to contribute if they want to. Because these prompts I'm going to use in live streams where we have to build a story. Okay, so I have a young girl, an assassin, a young boy, an orphan. A grieving so a grieving girl Oh, I like this one. A grieving girl discovers a book that can predict the future. Oh God. But it only predicts tragedies. Honestly, I sort of chuck it away, I throw it away, but tragedies. Okay, Nova's got one. Imagine a world where magic is generated by the love in the world. Imagine a world where love... Oh, sorry, magic. Bloody hell, where... I need to read better, I'm so sorry about that. Where magic is generated... by love in the world. So I'm guessing that would be like a romantasy type, like, I think that's called a romantasy, yeah, romance fantasy. Oh, you see, I think, yeah, some people are more into romance. And I just like the dark fantasy, the world, the destruction, the killing, yeah. But that is actually a great one from a very different perspective. I like that. So, okay, a grieving girl discovers a book that can predict the future, but it only predicts tragedies. Imagine a world where magic is generated by the love in the world. Hello, Rat Lord. I'm just writing, putting fantasy prompts together. And this is harder than I think, because I thought I would be flying through these, and I am not. If anyone has any they want to add, because these are going to be used in live streams for like writing, you know, just writing sessions where we can generate a story. Okay, I'm just checking my battery life on this phone is okay. I'm thinking. I have done that sometimes, but I'm not so confident with the sketches because sometimes they don't come out as, you know, artistically as I would like. So I think I'm a bit more judgmental, but I am going to start doing them again. Because I just, you know, I think I just needed to build the confidence, you know. But yeah, I will start doing them again. But they're not always great. But I like to world build and use my imagination, yeah. Okay. Trees in an ancient forest. Trees in an ancient forest. Ancient forest begin disappearing. How do the woodcutters react? Are they called woodcutters now? You know, guys who cut trees? Or I think, yeah, woodcutters sounds a bit more, you know, fairy tale-like. How? Oh, no. Trees in an ancient forest begin disappearing. How do the inhabitants, yeah, react? Cool. Okay, Rat Lord. A world where clouds hold the souls of the dead. Oh, that sounds sad. Or is that just me? Is that just my imagination? It sounds a bit sad. You're more of a romantic, aren't you, Nova, I think? A world where clouds hold the souls of the dead, where hold the souls and this is quite a good creative exercise. Souls of the dead. A world where clouds hold the souls of the dead. And this is quite a good creative exercise because I think it helps you work your creative muscles as well, you know, and it just warms you up to a writing session as well. It's a bit extreme, but, you know. I'm just going to lower the camera a bit without breaking everything in the process. Oh god, okay, that was a big jump. Okay. So a world where clouds hold the souls of the dead. Okay. A war breaks out between two kingdoms over the a war breaks out between two kingdoms over the disappearance of a young girl. A war breaks out between two kingdoms over the disappearance of a young girl. Is it a simple abduction, or is darker magic at play? So a war breaks out between two kingdoms over the disappearance of a young girl. Is it a simple abduction, or is darker magic at play? Interesting. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If anyone wants to contribute any, please do. Yeah, it'd be great to hear your thoughts. Some of mine are very cheesy, actually. Some of mine are very, very cheesy, but I think some of them are quite fun. Okay, Ratwin says, I'm having a lot of fun with writing prose so far. Very different from writing screenplay stuff, but I'm finding myself having a lot of fun. And my handwriting is like really bad, like goblin bad. You can always practice the handwriting. You know, you can just sort of pick a style you like and just master that. And, you know, you should just, yeah. It should be fine in I don't know, a couple of weeks. I don't know how long it takes to change your writing. The sun begins to dim and the world begins to freeze. Humanity becomes desperate for survival. The sun begins to dim and the world begins to freeze. Humanity becomes desperate for survival. Cool. Humanity becomes desperate for survival. You see, this seems very dark, dystopian type stuff. You know. Humanity, so the sun begins to dim and the world begins to freeze. Humanity becomes desperate for survival. Sometimes I think we're pretty close to that, don't you? Oh, okay, we got one from Kat. Let's see. A fantasy about a family who rent an apartment and harvests the other tenant's energy. Oh, God. Then a witch moves in and takes them down. Ah. That sounds very, that sounds pretty dark. Okay, let me... So, family rent an apartment and harvest... Yeah, okay, so a family rents an apartment. Let's try. A family rents an apartment. Actually, it's pretty good. It is pretty good, but I just need to rent an apartment and harvest the other tenants and harvest the other tenants' energy. Then a mysterious witch moves in. Then a witch moves in. I'm just going to say then a mysterious witch because you don't know what her motives are. And a mysterious witch moves in. Will she take them down? Already that's sounding like an apartment block from hell. I'm sorry. It sounds like there's going to be too much magic. And too much chaos in that apartment. So a family rent an apartment and harvest, the other tenant's energy. So when you say energy here, do you mean like energy, or like bodily energy, or Okay, let's try Rat Lord. A wizard plays a series of pranks on people around town. And seeing, oh, okay. A wizard plays a series of harmful. A wizard plays a series of harmless pranks that seem good-natured and harmless. Then a young girl discovers he is a wizard and might be a serial killer. And might be a serial killer. Oh, I like that. So, a wizard plays a series of harmless pranks that seem good-natured and harmless. Then a young girl discovers he is a wizard and might be a serial killer. That's crazy. A serial killing wizard. So maybe I would say rather than a wizard, maybe I'd call him, I'll just say a man. A man plays a series of harmless pranks that seem good-natured and harmless. Plays a series of pranks that seem good-natured and harmless. And a young girl discovers he's a wizard and might be a serial killer. Yeah, no, I like all of them because I think Cats is very dark. Cats reminds me of, like, you know, one of those very dark apartment buildings where everyone's a bit crazy and then, you know, they're all trying to kill each other. And then this is just as dark as well because this could be set in one of those towns. And they both have very dark undertones as well. You know, there's a lot of dark. I don't know why, I just see the darkness and how it can be a very good dark fantasy. And I think with this one, a family rents an apartment and harvests the other tenant's energy. For me, that is quite scary because it's like someone's draining your life force, like you said, but you don't know, and that can be very dangerous. But I mean, see, and this is an amazing thing because these would make very good stories, and so would this one. The sun begins to dim, the world begins to freeze. Humanity becomes desperate for survival. This would make a good, I don't know, like a dystopian type, like, oh, survival. I don't know if this would involve aliens, Nova, or who it would involve, but I love it. Oh, it's so interesting. And it's so interesting the kind of ideas people come up with for prompts. Okay. I'm going to try and up the ante now. Yeah, if someone tried to extinguish my life force, I'd be pretty mad as well. I want something around magic. Magic. You see, I think my prompts are more... I tend to write shorter prompts, I don't know why. In a world full of magic, a disgruntled witch. We always blame witches for everything. In a world full of magic, a disgruntled witch places a curse. Every spell cast has an unintended side effect. Can the curse be lifted? In a world full of magic, a disgruntled witch places a curse. Every spell cast, so this is cursed, has an unintended side effect. Can the curse be lifted? Oh boy. Okay. You see, I'm so used to magical systems and magic, I just can't think of anything without magic or curses. Okay. Imagine a world where only the dead can use magic. Actually, this is going to be a bit dark, this one. Imagine a world where only the dead can use magic, but they need the living to, I don't know, transfer the magic, or imagine a world where only the dead can use magic, but they need the living to channel the magic. This one's actually a bit dark, I think. Yeah, it is a bit dark. Yeah, so I like prompts like that. It instantly gets me thinking of all kinds of possibilities and funny / darker consequences for using magic. Exactly. And, you know, it's quite fun, and it's just like, and you just sort of write a few prompts and just see where you end up, you know. A child is born with the ability to turn people's darker thoughts. Okay, a child is born with the ability to turn people's dark thoughts into people's dark thoughts into their reality. A child is born with the ability to turn people's dark thoughts into their reality. It is discovered that the child has been cursed. It is discovered that a child has been cursed. Okay, are there any more? So a child is born with the ability to turn people's dark thoughts into their reality. It is discovered that the child has been cursed. This one's a bit dark because it means that you might have to kill the child. And I don't really like that. I don't know. It's a bit dark. Has anyone got any more story prompts? I'm starting to run empty. I'm starting to run a bit empty. I think I just need more coffee. It's a coffee morning. Oh, someone, yeah, this is the second one about the sun dying. I didn't know so many people had ideas like that. Okay, the sun mysteriously dies one day. And humanity has to adapt. But ends up going slowly extinct. Can you go extinct? Yeah, going slowly extinct. Because I'm guessing if there's no one left in the world, how would they deal with the sun disappearing? Which sounds like a tall order anyway, but it sounds like quite a difficult challenge. Because if the sun disappears, I guess we'd all be very screwed. Ends up going slowly. So the sun mysteriously dies one day, and humanity has to adapt, but ends up going slowly extinct. But if they're extinct, I guess everyone's gone. Oh, I don't know. It's a bit of a conundrum. Because if they're extinct, I guess maybe perhaps, but people start to die at a fast rate or something like that. But yeah, it's interesting to get 2 suggestions about the sun disappearing. That is quite interesting. Because the first one was, yeah, the sun begins to dim and the world begins to freeze. Humanity becomes desperate for survival. But I'm guessing if the sun disappeared altogether, we'd all be dead. Yeah, it sounds very sci-fi, exactly. So I guess they're people, these are very sci-fi plots. Because in a fantasy world, I'm thinking, well, can the witches and warlocks and the wizards and the magical creatures raise the sun again? That's how I think. Okay, Nova has one. In a world where people have a ghost that will do their bidding. In a world where people have a ghost that will do their bidding, until the person grants them release, only if the ghost can prove loyalty. Okay. In a world where people have a ghost that will do their bidding, ghosts have to prove loyalty which grants them release. Okay. Ghosts have to prove loyalty which grants them their release. So in a world where people have a ghost that will do their bidding, ghosts have to prove loyalty, which grants them their release. You see, I don't really like ghosts because I think ghosts can be quite, I don't know what the word is, they can be quite malicious, I think. They can be quite mean sometimes. Yeah. In a world where people have a ghost that will do their bidding, ghosts have to prove loyalty which grants them their release. Because I would think the ghost would just kill you rather than prove loyalty, but I guess I'm used to more malicious ghosts, you know, they just do whatever they want. Right. Yeah, that is pretty dark. Read what exactly? RS. I've been reading all the prompts. We're just going through each prompt. It is very dark. I don't know, because I just see ghosts as quite dark. So this is what we've come up with. So, just to round up. So the first one I came up with, a young girl moves to a foreign country and realizes dragons live beneath the earth. When I came up with that, I was very tired and I just logged on. An assassin is tasked with slaying a dragon, but discovers it holds a deadly secret. A young boy discovers a jacket that turns him invisible every night. Will he use this new power for good or evil? Probably evil, but there you go. An orphan discovers a world where magic is linked to one's emotions. Can she help them control their emotions? a grieving girl discovers a book that can predict the future, but it only predicts tragedies. You see, I like that one because that's quite dark, you know. And anything to do with books is alright by me. Imagine a world where magic is generated by the love in the world. That is definitely a romantasy. Trees in an ancient forest begin disappearing. How do the inhabitants react? A world where clouds hold the souls of the dead. That's pretty dark. A world where clouds hold the souls of the dead. A war breaks out between two kingdoms over the disappearance of a young girl. Is it a simple abduction or is darker magic at play? The sun begins to dim and the world begins to freeze. Humanity becomes desperate for survival. A family rents an apartment and harvests the other tenant's energy. Then a mysterious witch moves in. Will she take them down? I did not. That is done. Oh, goodness. A man plays a series of pranks that seem good-natured and harmless. Then a young girl discovers he is a wizard and might be a serial killer. That's very dark, actually. There's this program in the US, and I think it's called Resident Alien or something, and I quite like it because it's about an alien that moves to a town, and I think I like the first series, and that sort of has that vibe. In a world full of magic, a disgruntled witch places a curse. Every spell cast has an unintended side effect. Can the curse be lifted? Imagine a world where only the dead can use magic, but they need the living to channel the magic. That's a bit scary. A child is born with the ability to turn people's dark thoughts into their reality. It is discovered that the child has been cursed. And then the sun mysteriously dies one day, and humanity has to adapt, but ends up going slowly extinct. In a world where people have a ghost that will do their bidding, ghosts have to prove their loyalty, which grants them their release. Oh, a house where people move in, and one by one things start to disappear, until finally the people themselves start disappearing. Can the cycle be stopped? Ooh. A family move into a house. Okay, a family I put a large family, so there's scope for the disappearances. A large family move into a house. A large family move into a house where where things start to disappear. Where things disappear. I need my ink. Bye, Rat Lord. Then, members of the family start disappearing. Start disappearing. Can the cycle be stopped? A large family move into a house where things disappear. Then members of the family start disappearing. Can the cycle be stopped? Yeah. I mean, personally, if my stuff keeps getting misplaced in a house, I'm quite superstitious. I will just leave. I will just leave the house. And that's what I'm like. I will just leave. I think before I became a statistic in the house, I would just move out. But I think for me, if I was in some of these stories, I wouldn't be in a house, or I wouldn't be in a situation, because I would just leave. As soon as 1 or 2 deaths happened or something disappeared, I would just go. So I would survive in the story, because I would say to the rest of the family, I'll see you guys later. I'm going to live in a van by the beach until this gets sorted out. So that's my thinking. I think I would take all the mystery out of it. And I think it's a good thing that different people write these stories, because if the house locked you in, if the house locks you in, then that's a different set. Yeah. Can the cycle be stopped? Can the cycle be stopped before the house locks them in? Yeah, you see, now this is a different playing field altogether. So if a large family move into a house where things disappear, then members of the family start disappearing. Can the cycle be stopped before the house locks them in? Yeah, I would like to think I would get up pretty quickly, but actually, if it's a few things, if the house locks everyone in before the first human disappearance, then that's different. I'll probably get trapped as well. But I like to think I'm smarter than a house, but yeah, that doesn't always happen actually. Okay. It's been really fun today. I'm going to stop there. So these are prompts I'm sort of, we're going to use in oncoming live streams. So I just thought we'd get some together. So I'll be back on tomorrow at the same time. So if anyone is around, please do join. Today has been really, really fun. I'm glad we did this and it worked out. Cat is still here. Yeah. Some of the plots are a bit just crazy, but yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay, guys, see you all tomorrow. Have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening. Okay, bye.